Hey y'all, Randall-T here. Wanted to show you a quick tip on how to make sure your music cues are exactly the right length. The problem is this. In Pro Tools, we have the capability of seeing what the timing is and all that kind of stuff. We can see up here that we have some timings, and what we're looking at is right at the beginning is where my song starts. So my song actually doesn't start on bar 1. It actually starts just a little bit before, so I can catch the MIDI notes starting and any little information I need to do that. And that happens to be at 1 second and 0.89 seconds. Well, that is fine. And then when I get to the actually to the end of the song, where the end is at, and I click there, what it's saying is I'm at 2 minutes and 3 seconds and whatever. But remember, I had that other 1 second, so I have to do some math in my head, which I can do, but no thanks. So what would be great is if we could say at bar 1, or wherever it is we want to start the song, where we want to start the timing, is we want to make that 0.0, right? No time. Well, unfortunately in Pro Tools, you cannot do that. At least I haven't been able to find the way to do it, except for this way. We're going to use a trick called SMPTE TImecode. And basically what that is, it's a time code that is used by the motion picture industry to lock these and synchronize the DAW to motion picture stuff and to video. We're not going to use it necessarily like that, but we're going to use the time code part of it. The way we do that is we just click on this little arrow down and we say, show us the time code. So now here's the time code, and it's 1 second, and it's saying 26. 26 is actually a fraction of 30. So not quite as great as having a decimal per se, but it still kind of tells you that, you know, you're basically 3/4 of the way through that second or whatever. But what it can do now is Pro Tools does allow you to set where 0 occurs. So now that we have our cursor set right before 1, where I want it to be, we can go up to Setup, and we can come down to Current Timecode Position. And we're going to say we no longer want it to be 1.26 like it was showing in the window there. We want it to be 0. So we just click and we just say 0, and that actually zeroes it all out. And we're going to click OK. It's going to bark at me a little bit for trying to maintain some things and whatever. All this stuff is just noise. Don't worry about it. Go ahead and click OK. And now, if you look up here, the clock does say 0000 all the way across, right at where we're at. If I backed up behind it, it would actually back up across the 24-hour line and go prior to that. But anywhere up beyond it is giving me exact times as to where we're at. So now we can go to the end of the song, and if I put my cursor on that end of the song now, we'll see that I'm at 2:02.5. And it's kind of like, well, that's not where I wanted to be for the song. I actually want to be at 2 minutes even. And so I can do some things in the song. I could trim out a measure. I could do some all sorts of things. Or in this case, I actually had set the tempo incorrectly so that it would be close for us. So I'm going to put it back to the original tempo, which it was, is 125. And you'll notice, bam, there we are. We're at 2 minutes even, right, with 2 seconds. Just a little skosh over, but that's fractions of a second. So I don't think that's going to be a problem at all. It is going to land at 2 minutes. Anybody measuring it out will measure it as 2 minutes. So then when I go and do my mix down, whether I bounce it or whether I actually record it for real, I'm going to be able to have that exact correct length. The other nice part about it, real advantageous part about it, is being able to click anywhere. So I can click on that particular spot. That's the 1 minute, 1 second spot. And over here is the 46-second spot. And again, those will be really accurate because you set where 0 starts. So I hope you find that helpful, and go out there and make some magic.